Stepping into your next era of becoming that girl or that woman is all about embracing your unique power, cultivating confidence, and creating a life that feels true to you. Habits are the key to make this a reality for you on your journey.
Sometimes it works out and sometimes it don't. Sometimes you win some.
Hey y'all, welcome to the channel and welcome to a new weekly video. In today's video, we are talking about habits to become that girl or that woman. Now, while of course habits are important in general in life, if you're on a growth journey, you want to become the best version of yourself, or you're really focusing on pouring back into yourself during this time in your life, having habits is extremely important and it's also extremely beneficial for you. So I hope you find this video helpful. Let's go ahead and jump right in. So if you are not new here, you know I'm a chit chat girl, so I'm going to break this video up into separate parts. We're going to focus on certain categories of habits that you can start working on now, try them throughout the week, and then next week come back for part 2 and we'll focus on the second half of the categories. So make sure you're subscribed if you are not so you don't miss out on part 2. And if you are new, hi, my name is Amber. I am a holistic lifestyle coach, and on this channel we cover a ton of different things, but mostly focusing on personal development, life advice, and becoming the best version of yourself. So if you like all those things, stick around for sure. Definitely subscribe to the channel. Comment below if you're a new subscriber. Say hi. Also, if you're a returning subscriber, y'all know we love to talk in the comment section. So share something that you enjoyed from this video or an idea that you have that can also be helpful for implementing habits in your life that truly stick if you're trying to become that girl or that woman. All right, so all the formalities are out of the way. We're going to jump right in with the first category, which is health and fitness. The first thing that you have to make sure you're doing is exercising regularly. Now, of course, sometimes it's like, okay, what in the world does regularly look like? I would definitely suggest starting off with at least 3 times a week. Make sure that you are intentionally moving your body through exercise. It has so many health benefits. It's great for your heart. It's great to help with mental clarity. It helps you reach any weight loss or body goals that you may have. And also the biggest thing that I love to take away from working out is that it helps make me stronger. So when you are thinking about what you want to do, research a few different types of workouts, see what interests you, and then just try them out. You may not be a person who likes the same type of workout that everyone else likes, and that's completely okay. Figure out what your favorite workout type is, and also you don't have to do that same type of workout every single day for the 3 days that you're working out during the week. You can mix it up. You can do 3 different workouts. You can do the same one. Figure out what your rhythm is and stick to it, and that consistency is definitely going to pay off. Now, along with exercise, you all know what's coming next. You have to make sure that you are eating in a nutritious way. But of course, here on the channel, I like to make things as simple as possible because I feel like simplicity equals sustainability. So the best thing to do is just make sure that you have a good variety and balance in your meals, and definitely pay attention to your sugar intake. That was something that I didn't realize because I was like, oh, I don't eat like a ton of sweets, like cakes, cookies, like traditional type of sweets. But I didn't realize how much sugar was in the things that I'm actually consuming. So look at the juices that you're drinking, look at the dressings that you're using. Those small little sneaky places can actually have a ton of sugar. So try to eliminate those things in your diet as much as possible. Make a beautifully balanced, colorful plate. Typically, I like to have a protein, a starch, and a vegetable. Like tonight, I'm cooking something super simple. It's just gonna be brown rice with ground beef. I'm gonna put a couple of peppers and onions in there just to add a couple more nutrients, and then with some broccoli. Like, it's not extremely complicated. Also, it doesn't have to be extremely expensive, but you have to focus on eating balanced, nutritious things that are actually fueling your body. And of course, more fuel for your body includes water. I will try to insert it if I can find a picture, but I just got the 40-ounce Stanley cup that's like in collab with Love Shack Fancy, and I love it so much. It makes me want to drink water. I know it's a silly thing, but I promise you, just getting a water bottle that actually fits your needs and is cute and you love can make a big impact on your water intake. So of course, it is different for everyone. I do try to get through at least 2 40-ounce Stanleys every single day. Honestly, sometimes I feel like that's not even enough, but a great thing to do is just to focus on your hydration and supplement with some type of hydration drink. I like the one from the brand Cure because it does not have a lot of sugar in it. It also tastes really good and it blends easily. So I just put that in like a little shaker bottle that you would use for like a protein shake or a pre-workout, with some water and some ice because I prefer to have it as cold as possible. Shake that up and I've got my hydration drink. So just really focusing on building your hydration, increasing your hydration helps with your skin, it helps with your energy, and it also helps make sure that your body is performing at an optimal level. So again, just like eating healthy and balanced, drinking more water, making sure you're staying hydrated, has multiple benefits in your life. And so the small habits that you're implementing are going to be making a big impact. And lastly, in the health and fitness category, please, please, please do your regular health screenings. So I would definitely recommend, if you are a woman, making sure that you're going in for your well woman visits with your gynecologist at least once per year. But you also need to be seeing a primary care physician on top of that, just for general health. Go get your labs done. Like, I would have had no clue that I had a thyroid issue. It was not performing properly if I didn't go get my blood work done and figure out what was going on with my labs and talk with a doctor. Something else that I recommend that I had never heard of before until earlier this year was an integrative medicine doctor, which is perfect because y'all know I love things that are very natural, clean, holistic, but at the same time, if I need medicine, I'm gonna take the medicine. And so it was like, this doctor is a perfect blend of both. I really, really enjoy my visits with her because I feel like she pays a lot of attention. But at the same time, she gives me suggestions of natural things that I can do, like supplements that I can take, and then also balances that out with medication or with more medically based things if needed. And for me, it has been the perfect balance. So if you're kind of like, I haven't been feeling well, I don't know what's going on, I would definitely encourage you to get in with your doctor, get everything taken care of, because you don't want something that's small to become a bigger issue just because you put it off. So pause this video, go make your doctor's appointment if you have not done that, and come back and we'll get into the next category. All right, this one's always fun because I feel like we are on this journey of like leveling up and fixing our finances together. So for the finance category, there are 4 different things and habits that I want to talk about that will be really helpful for you as you're building your bag and also making sure that it's sustainable and attainable at the same time. So let's get into these finance tips. First things first, you need a budget and you have to stick to the budget. How many of us have created a budget? We sat down, we made it all cute, maybe we wrote it out, we put it on a spreadsheet, we put it in notes on our phone, and we're like, yes, this is what I'm gonna do, and then we don't stick to it. I am guilty of that over and over and over again. So I really had to find a budget system that worked for me, and what really was helpful was making it not super strict. So I like the zero-based budget worksheet where it's like, boom, here's your income, here's your output, make it equal 0 or make sure that you have more coming in than you're putting out. So it's not as strict as like, okay, I only spend this amount on clothing, this amount on food, this amount on vacations or whatever your categories are. But it's like, here's A and here's B, make them work together. So that has worked for me. But again, there are a ton of different budgeting hacks and websites and spreadsheets and different things that you can do that work for you. So you really have to figure out what that is. And the only way to do it is by trial and error, figuring out what really sticks, but you're not gonna get to that point if you don't actually try. So I would say definitely if you have some time this upcoming week, take a step back, review your finances, create a budget, decide what type of budget system you wanna use, and just put that into place and try to stick to it for 2 weeks. It doesn't have to be long, and just see if that's something that's gonna be working out for you. If not, switch it, change it, try the next thing. You're eventually gonna find something that sticks. Now, let's talk savings. Yes, you need to be saving at any point in your life, regardless if it's like, I don't have a ton of income, I'm living paycheck to paycheck. How can you save? Even if you are literally saving $10 per paycheck, that is still savings and that still grows over time. So figure out an amount that is reasonable for you to be able to set aside and allocate. A lot of people will use the percentage method where they will say, okay, I'm gonna take 5% of my check and put it in savings, or 20% of my check and put it in savings. Again, it can be 1%. As long as that percent is not 0, you are still doing really great. You're still saving and you're still building toward your future. So don't just discount it because you may not be in a great place financially at the moment. Start saving, and it's nice to kind of like see that growing, even if it grows slowly, while you're also focused on increasing your income or building your wealth in other aspects of your life. Now, along with that, I think this is something that's really helpful to do probably first. I should have shared at the beginning of finance, but you guys can rearrange the different habits, but you do want to get into a habit of tracking your spending, and a great place to start is by doing a spending audit to see where most of your money is going. Now, sometimes with budgeting, it is necessary to cut back if you are overspending in certain categories. Y'all know what mine was. Go ahead and guess in the comments below. What category do y'all think I was overspending on regularly and still have trouble with overspending in this category? Comment below what your guesses are. I'm pretty sure we're on the same page and you know what it is. But I will definitely say whatever the category is for you, like if it's eating out or if it's shopping or if your grocery bill kind of gets out of control because you're buying stuff that's going to waste, like figure out what that is for you, and then make a plan to taper back. Let's say, okay, exactly how can I avoid eating out more? What can I do to reduce my grocery bill? Do I need to shop somewhere else? Do I need to actually meal plan so I'm using the food that I'm making? Once you have the habit in mind, you can create a system that aligns with that habit to help you stay successful on your financial journey. And lastly, you want to make sure that you are educating yourself financially. You can't make good financial decisions when you don't know, and that is completely expected and completely normal. So I would definitely say check with your job. A lot of companies have a ton of resources. You may even be able to get a free financial advisor through your company or through your insurance benefits. So look into those different options so you can figure out how you can find out as much as you can about how to manage your finances effectively, especially in relation to the goals that you have for yourself financially in the future. Now, if you are like, I don't have that kind of resource at my job, that's completely fine too. YouTube is free, and there are so many great creators on here who talk a lot about finances and give great financial tips. So use that free information to help you along your journey. Next up, we've got environment. Yes, your space around you has a huge impact on whether or not you can reach your goals, whether you can become your best self, whether you can be that girl or that woman. You have to have a great environment to keep you motivated, to keep you inspired, and to support your goals. So one of the best things to do in order to make sure that can happen is decluttering. You probably have a lot of things that you do not need that are just taking up space you're not even using. So take a moment to go through everything. I would say like room by room, even if you just start with one drawer, go in there, figure out what you don't need and what you do need, reorganize it, and that's gonna help you be way more focused mentally. It's gonna provide so much clarity for you, and you're going to be able to enjoy a nice, clean, and decluttered space. And with it being decluttered, now you can create a very comfortable space, making sure that you have the little things that make you happy. Like this little candle warmer, I love it. Simple $20 thing literally brings me so much joy every single day. So because I have such a decluttered and clean space, I'm able to say, okay, like what do I want to add that really helps me feel great, or that I just like to look at, or I like the scent or fragrance of. It can be the littlest things that can provide inspiration for you or just help you feel really excited for the day. And so once you start creating that comfortable space, it is so, so nice. Like I've got my basket of blankets over here, I've got my candle going, I've got a good fan at the top. If it's cold, I've got my little space heater. Like what are those little things that you're gonna be using and that are gonna bring you some type of joy or benefit in your life? Bring those into your space. Now, we've got a clean space, nice and decluttered. We've got a comfortable space with all the little extra things that make you feel special. What's left? Now what's left is optimizing your space for productivity. No matter how small your living space is or how large your living space is, you can always have it optimized to fit your needs as best as possible. So if I'm using my office for an example, like I've got my desk area over here where I do like all of my work on my laptop, anything I need to write down, like that kind of stuff usually happens there. Obviously here, hey y'all, YouTube channel, you know we're here all the time. Then I've got like my books over there for work and research and all that kind of stuff. So it's like, okay, my office space where I'm working is optimized for me to be as productive as possible, and having separate sections for everything also really helps with making sure I can keep my space clean and organized. And then that goes for the whole home as well. I don't bring my work into the dining room. I don't bring my food into the bedroom. And so having everything in its place can really make a big difference with helping you optimize the space that you have and also be able to enjoy it, keep it clean and decluttered, and add a few comforting items that help you become that girl. And lastly, for part one, we're going to be wrapping up with the family and friends category. If you're going to be that girl or that woman, relationships do matter in your life, and how you prioritize them and cultivate them is extremely important as well. So you really do have to make time to meet up with your friends and family or talk to them regularly, check in, see how they're doing, and then also share how you're doing as well. Like you need that support system, and it's nice to be able to lend that support and also receive it back when needed. So my best tip for this is just to make sure that you schedule it in. Just like you would schedule time for self-care or for school, continuing education, professional development, work, taking care of your kids or whatever you have going on in your life, you also want to schedule time to really catch up and connect with people who are important to you. And it may be scheduled a while out. Like I've got some plans on the calendar 2 months from now because the friends that I want to schedule with, we just don't have time to make it work. However, we have taken the initiative to say like, hey, our friendship, our relationship is still a priority. And so let's schedule it. Let's get something on the calendar that we can actually stick to and spend that time together. Another thing that's really important that I don't think people talk about enough with being that girl is how you carry yourself and how you are graceful and poised. I know there's this trend going around on TikTok where it's like very mindful, very demure, like, but yes, those things are a reality. You want to be mindful, you want to think about others, you want to be tactful, you want to be cognizant of how you speak to others, how you treat others, so they don't feel like you don't really care about them or there's not loyalty in the friendship. Like, you really want to make an effort to show people that you care, that you are there, you are available, and you're someone who they can come to and who will listen to them, and also who they can rely on. Now, things come up. People are people, friends and family. I'm pretty sure we've all had some type of conflict with a friend or a family member at some point in our lives. And so when thinking about conflict resolution, I want you to always think about the solution. What is the goal? So if we're going to talk about a problem that we had, we're going to sit down, we're going to meet up, we're going to talk on the phone, whatever. What do we want to get out of this conversation? What do we want the end result to be? So if it's like, yeah, we want to fix it, we want to make sure that the other person doesn't feel disrespected, we want to keep cultivating and growing our friendship, okay, then going into the conversation, do you always need to be right? Do you always need to have the last word? Do you need to point out that one thing that like you just want to make sure that they know? Now, while communication is important, boundaries are important, and you want to make sure that you are communicating those things in a very respectful and tactful manner. At the same time, if it's not necessary to nitpick, if it's not going to help you reach the end goal or find a solution, leave it out. Like, truly ask yourself, is this necessary? And once you do that, you're able to communicate so much better, so much more effectively, and it improves your friendships, your relationships, how you interact with your family members, your interactions at work, with coworkers, with management, whatever it may be. It's all so much more refined because you've practiced the art of conflict resolution and you've accepted that it's okay to not always be right. Like, sometimes peace is way more important than getting the last word. And if a boundary needs to be set up in order to maintain that peace, please, by all means, make sure that you are doing that as well. Because if you're being that girl, you're becoming that woman, caring about how you feel, the emotional aspect of the relationships that you have, and also what you're putting out into the world is so important because it's also what you're going to be attracting. So think about those things as you are going throughout the week. I would love to know which category or which mindful habit you are going to be trying out for this week, so definitely comment that down below. Also, it's super helpful for me if you give this video a thumbs up or a like. It shares it out in the YouTube community and it helps my channel to be able to continue growing as well. So thank you all so much for watching this video. Again, please like, comment, subscribe, and do all the housekeeping things. And I will see y'all next week for part 2, talking about a different set of categories for habits to become that girl or that woman. All right, see you in the next one. Bye.